So a couple days later, I go back and I start talking to people in the parking lot. And I start talking to neighboring businesses. And the neighboring businesses started telling me what was going on. They said, hey, this is a pill mill. This doctor's he's just selling pills. I start talking to people that's coming out and family members that's sitting out in the parking lot, and they start telling me what's going on. So when cars would come out and I see that they had a prescription in their hand, I would follow them to the pharmacist. And I asked the pharmacist, what kind of drugs? What is it? And they couldn't really talk to me. But I noticed that I said, do you get a lot of prescriptions from this particular doctor? They say, yeah, and we do not fill them. We will not fill drugs for that doctor.
And welcome back to another episode of True Stories from a Real Private Eye. I'm your host, Vinnie Coppola. With me, as always, is Lynn Lambdin, a real private investigator right here in Atlanta, Georgia. Thank you so much for being here. We do so appreciate you, each and every one of you. If this is your first time listening, we hope you enjoy it. Thanks for being here. Lynn, what do you got for us this week?
Well, Vinny, how you doing today, buddy?
I'm doing all right, my friend. Hanging in.
Well, Vinny, this week, I'm sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, what about you?
I'm well, about the same, just hanging in there, just, day to day.
Yep.
Well, Vinny, this week I thought we'd talk about a doctor that was below board, I guess you would say.
Okay.
It was a car accident case. And to be a doctor, he wasn't real smart. He treated this patient, and we just needed him to come in and testify well, actually, we didn't even need to come in and testify. We just needed his medical records, and he wouldn't turn over his medical records to what he'd done for this client. And pretty straightforward case, nothing crazy. And so he wouldn't turn over the medical records. So we were forced to file a lawsuit to subpoena the records. So we filed the lawsuit. We served the lawsuit. So we got subpoena power. And I didn't serve the subpoena, but one of my guys that worked for me at the time did serve the subpoena. So the doctor was hiding. We kind of figured out why he was hiding pretty quickly. But my guy that was working for me, we're going to call him Richard.
Okay. And
he stood outside the guy's driveway, and when the guy come out, he kind of tossed it at his car, and the judge accepted the service because the guy was evading service, and he tried to run over my guy, so he knew he was there. And there's case law in the state of Georgia that says that all I have to do is give you notice that I'm serving you in a loud and clear voice. So right. Richard kind of blocked the driveway, and gave him notice in a loud, clear voice that he was serving him with a subpoena. And
while the doctor was in the car.
While the doctor was in the car.
Yeah.
So the doctor was running a pill mill.
Oh boy.
Yeah. So if the doctor would have just turned over his medical records where he treated this client, the case would have the insurance company would have just settled the case, and it would have been over with.
Right.
But the doctor would not turn over his medical records, so we had to file a lawsuit in order to get subpoena power to get the records.
Right.
And even after we served him with the subpoena to get the medical records, he wouldn't turn over the medical records.
Because he was running a pill mill, and
he was running a pill mill. And the sad part about it is he didn't prescribe our client any pain pills.
Right. So what was he? Oh,
he treated our client pretty ethically as far as treating the client. He never prescribed him any medication. So there was really no reason for him to do the things he done. Just goes to show you that just because you're a doctor don't mean you're smart.
Yeah, I mean, he must have been doing it a long time. Knew that he was way deep in illegal waters. You know what I'm saying? And so he sees this subpoena. He sees this this notice, or that he's being or that someone's trying to serve him, and he starts sweating.
Well, but why did he force it to that point? Why didn't he just turn over the medical records?
He must have thought that maybe you guys were coming out after him for something else, right?
But he treated a lot of accident victims. He was one of this attorney's favorite. Uh, well, I wouldn't say favorite. This attorney referred him a lot of clients. And then all of a sudden, he just refused to turn over any medical records.
Yeah, he must have been hiding some dark stuff. I bet you pill mill is not the only thing. He's got dead bodies in his basement or something.
Well, actually, I take that back, Vinny. What happened is the client, attorney that referred him to this doctor, our client fired that attorney and then hired us.
Oh,
So he wouldn't turn over the medical records to us.
okay.
So it wasn't actually the attorney that referred him. But still, even if this client would have kept that other attorney, he would have turned the medical records over to that attorney.
Right.
So what's the difference? What does it matter? Well, I mean, medical records are medical records. What does it matter?
I don't know. Was he thinking that maybe you would look at the medical records and see something amiss, and then dig a little deeper and find out?
Nobody digs deeper than the insurance company that doesn't want to pay.
Yeah. So was that what he was thinking about? He was probably
I don't know. The insurance company was the same regardless of who the attorney was.
Yeah.
The insurance company doesn't change no matter who your attorney is on the case.
Yeah.
The at-fault party's insurance company doesn't change.
Yeah. I'm just thinking that this doctor was hiding something.
Well, obviously, I mean, there was nothing in our client's medical records that he needed to hide.
Right, but he might have thought that since an attorney was trying to serve him, that maybe it wasn't just about that client; it was about something else. Like is that possible?
Well, I guess if we would have went straight to a lawsuit, that would have been possible. But we begged him to turn over the medical records for 6 months before we filed the lawsuit, and told him that we were going to file a lawsuit to force him to turn over the medical records if he didn't turn them over.
Okay, so he's just a moron.
There you go. He's just a moron.
He's just a total moron. That's all there is. Yeah, he's just yeah.
Yes. So it wasn't like we just took the case and filed a lawsuit and said, "Hey, we're going to force you to do this." We asked him, "Hey, man, we just want these medical records. Just give us the client's medical records."
Yeah.
I said, "Just give us the client's medical records."
Right. Yeah, he's an idiot. He's a total idiot.
We didn't file the lawsuit because the insurance company wouldn't settle the lawsuit. The insurance company says, "We're willing to settle this lawsuit. Just get the medical records."
Right. Yeah.
And he wouldn't turn the medical records over, so we had to file a lawsuit against our client's doctor.
I get it now.
Yeah. So once that we got the subpoena power, we subpoenaed the records, and so then what happened is we so once that we served him with a subpoena and he wouldn't turn over the medical records, we took it
his life harder. He's just making his life harder.
Well, we took it a step further, and then we proved that he was running a pill mill. And when we proved that he was running a pill mill, we filed a complaint with the medical board. And we took our evidence of him running a pill mill to the medical board. And the medical board investigated and took his medical license.
And how did you guys figure out that he was running a pill mill?
Well, good question.
Yeah.
I went out to his hospital out in DeKalb County, his little clinic, and I went into his little clinic and sit down in a chair in the waiting room, and Vinnie, you couldn't get in the parking lot because they were cars lined up down the street trying to get in the parking lot.
Wow.
It was the craziest thing you've ever seen.
Yeah.
I've never seen a doctor's office parking lot like this.
Yeah.
So I finally got in, and there's no sitting room. There was a line out the door. You had to wait to get in, and the receptionist is behind glass like midnight at a 7-Eleven.
Right.
And you just knew. And when I left out, my only question is how does the police not know that this is a pill mill?
This episode is brought to you by Simple Funding LLC. For all of your pre-settlement funding needs, contact Simple Funding LLC to receive your money promptly. They're a customer-centric legal funding company that provides exceptional funding solutions at affordable rates. Simple Funding covers a diverse range of cases, including car accidents, slip and falls, worker compensation, medical malpractice, wrongful death, and more. They recognize that life goes on and you need to access your funds immediately, which is why they offer clients a swift and efficient process with minimal documentation requirements. For more information, visit simplefundingllc.com or contact them directly at 678-855-6232. Right. You can think that a black and white driving by would go, what's going on there?
Exactly.
What is that, a day club? Like instead of a nightclub, it's like a day club?
Exactly.
What are they dancing and drinking in there? What's going on?
Exactly.
Did you talk to the doctor? I mean, you said you sat in the waiting room. Did you go in?
No. You wasn't. No. You couldn't talk to anybody. No.
So what did you do there?
I just videoed everything. I just took my phone and videoed everything.
Oh, okay.
And we found. So after I left, I went back. I talked to the attorney, and I regrouped. So a couple days later, I go back and I start talking to people in the parking lot, and I start talking to neighboring businesses, and the neighboring businesses started telling me what was going on. They said, "Hey, this is a pill mill. This doctor's he's just selling pills." So I start talking to people that's coming out and family members that's sitting out in the parking lot, and they start telling me what's going on. So I started when cars would come out and I see that they had a prescription in their hand, I would follow them to the pharmacist. And I asked the pharmacist, what kind of drugs? What is it? And they couldn't really talk to me. But I noticed that I said, "Do you get a lot of prescriptions from this particular doctor?" They say, "Yeah, and we do not fill them. We will not fill drugs for that doctor." So we subpoenaed those pharmacists.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
And so we didn't really get any information because there's HIPAA laws that prevent you from getting a lot of information there.
Well, where do these people go if this pharmacy? I mean, they obviously take it to a different pharmacy.
Exactly. They pharmacy shop. They go from pharmacy to pharmacy to pharmacy
until they get their pills. Eventually, they get their pills.
Exactly. So,
now, do you think were these people paying the doctor at the doctor office, or was the doctor just getting kickbacks from the pharmaceutical companies, or was it probably both?
Well, I don't know if they were getting kickbacks from the pharmaceutical company, but they were paying the doctor $80 a pop.
So they go see the doctor and give him $80, and then he writes them a prescription.
Exactly. And he was seeing.
And these people that are sitting in the waiting room, do they never go in to see the doctor, or do they?
Yeah, they go in and see the doctor. They hand him $80. He writes a prescription. The next guy comes in. They're in there 5 minutes. 5 minutes. He's seeing hundreds of people a day.
So that's how you determine. You just saw what was going on, and there's no question. Parking lot full, people lined up outside the door, patients going in and out in 5 minutes. Yeah, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure that one out. Yeah, 5
minutes, Vinnie, in and out, in and out, in and out. I sat there probably 30 minutes, and I bet I counted 25, 30 clients.
Yeah.
Just in and out, in and out, in and out, in and out, in and out. Think about it.
Yeah.
I mean, and I asked them how much it cost. I didn't ask them. I asked the people in the parking lot that would talk to me. Not many people would talk to me. Most people would tell me to go F myself.
Right.
But
go fuck this up for us, dude. What are you doing snooping around?
Yeah, yeah,
Just go find somebody else who's
yeah. But they would so some of them would talk to you and they would say $80. Just he'll write you a prescription. Just tell him $80. Give him $80.
yeah,
And but you think about it. If in an hour, I mean, just think about it. If he sees 40 people in an hour, 80 bucks a pop all day long.
yeah.
And he was open from like 7 in the morning to like 7 at night.
Yeah, and the parking lot was jam packed every
Hour of every day.
hour.
And the businesses that was in there with him were all pissed. Every one of them would tell you, they would say, he's a pill mill, man. Do something, get him shut down. We can't do business for him.
Yeah.
As soon as our lease is up, we're closing up.
See, another example that this guy's a total moron, man. I mean, if you're going to be doing shit like that, keep a low profile, man. You got to keep a low profile. I mean, everybody knows. The pharmacy knows. The 7-Eleven next door knows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the cops know because they're getting paid off.
Aha. Yes,
Yeah.
of course they are.
Yeah.
Of course they are.
You could have shot somebody in that parking lot and killed them, and the cops wouldn't have showed up.
Yep. Holy cow,
Yeah.
man.
Because the only thing I could get the pharmacy to tell me, the one next door, not next door, but the one down the street,
Yeah.
there was a Kroger about a mile and a half down the road, and that's where I followed the people to.
Yeah.
And they said, yeah, we get a lot of prescriptions from there, but we won't fill them. That's all they would say to me. They wouldn't say anything else.
Yeah.
And when I did my report that we turned over to the medical board, they and do the I don't remember who all the attorney turned it over to, but when we turned it over to them, we turned over that's what I put in there that pharmacy that's what that pharmacy told me, that they got a lot of prescriptions from there, but they wouldn't fill the prescriptions for him.
Yeah. Wow. I love it. I almost admire the guy.
Well,
I always admire him. Just blatant, man.
Well, it was
maybe we should move our office into the sticks or something. Nah, it's fine here. Maybe we should get a bigger parking lot. Nah, we'll be all right.
Well, yeah. He, Vinnie,
all he had to do was turn over the medical records, and he could have still be in business today.
All he had to do was turn over the medical records, and we would have left him alone, because it was like the attorney said, it's not my fight. If he turns over the medical record, it's not my fight.
Yeah.
Yep. He says, but since this is my client, and I have to settle this client's case, it's my fight. I have to take the fight.
Yeah.
And until he turns over those medical records, it's my fight.
Yeah. Yep. Well, you weren't lying when you said this doctor was an idiot. Yeah. Boy.
Yep. And that's all we wanted was the medical records. And we told him that. We told him all we want is the medical records, and we'll leave you alone. Just turn over the medical records, and we're never going to bother you again. And he wouldn't do it. He tried to run over my guy Richard. Just a complete moron.
Yeah. It's so depressing, man. It's so depressing when you realize that, I mean, because you have this, I don't know about you, but I just, I have this vision of doctors as being these straight-laced guys, know a lot of stuff. They help you. They're all good. They're all, but it's not always true. No, it's not always true. There's some bad eggs out there. I remember my first when I lived in Los Angeles, dude, my first doctor that I found out there, and I only went to him one time, and I'll tell you why. Because I went over. I forgot even why I went to see a doctor, but he comes in the room, and the guy is grossly overweight. That's one. A doctor that's not taking care of himself, that's a big red flag for me. It's like a skinny chef. You don't want a skinny chef. You know what I'm saying? You don't want a fat doctor. You don't want a skinny chef. All right.
That's right.
This guy, and I'm not talking about 20, 30 pounds. I'm talking about 60, 70, 80 pounds overweight, sweating. Okay. He comes inside and he goes, so what's wrong? And he pulls his computer over and I'm talking to him. And as I'm talking, he's typing. Was he taking notes or was he Googling what I was saying, man? I'm trying to find out what my fucking problem is by Googling, you know? And I was like, I think it was a sinus thing, and he gave me a prescription or something, which I did not go get because I just didn't trust the guy.
Yeah.
I just didn't trust him. You know,
Yeah.
Usually when you see a doctor, their skin looks really nice. They may not be in shape, but they look put together well. They're dressed real nice, and
Yeah.
it's just a feeling of, oh, I can trust this guy. This guy, but he had a pill mill too. You know, this guy in Los Angeles. Yeah.
Yeah.
So to hear that, you know, I mean, don't you put doctors on a pedestal?
Well, sure. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Doctors are supposed to be trustworthy. They're supposed to be, you know, why would you spend so much money to go to school to become a doctor and then throw it away on a pill mill?
This episode is brought to you by the Accident Attorneys of Monge and Associates, voted the best law firm by the American Institute of Trial Lawyers. When life hits you hard with a serious injury, don't let insurance companies hit you harder with lowball offers and endless runaround. You deserve justice. You deserve compensation. You deserve to win. The Accident Attorneys of Monge and Associates have a high-powered legal team with a nationwide reach and the highest rating on the National Attorney Rating Service. Trial Magazine calls them one of the most influential law firms in America. They win big. Big results at trial court, appeals court, the state Supreme Court, and are recognized as award-winning litigators of the year. The Accident Attorneys of Monge and Associates handle everything so you can heal. Don't face this battle alone. The aftermath of an accident is traumatic enough. Medical bills pile up, pain overwhelms, emotions run high, and that's where they step in to shoulder the legal fight while you focus on what truly matters, your recovery. They are the first law firm to offer a bigger settlement guarantee. If they can't beat the amount of your current settlement with a bigger settlement offer, your legal fees are free. Ready to win your case? Find out in one phone call if you have a case and how much your case is really worth. Call the Accident Attorneys of Monge and Associates today at 1-888-477-0597 or visit them online at becauseyouwanttowin.com.
I mean, you have a certificate that you can go make money. I mean, obviously this guy couldn't make money other than just a pill mill, just writing prescriptions to sell pills.
Yeah. I wonder if there's anybody in the waiting room, you know, like he goes in to see the doctor. People are like in and out, in and out, in and out. The guy goes in to see the doctor. He goes, yeah, doc, my lower back is, or, I don't know. Like, you know, I got the sinus thing, you know, he goes, no. Or the guy just wants a checkup. He goes, yeah, I'm just here for my checkup. Yeah, I don't do that.
I'm here for a physical. I need a DOT physical.
Yeah,
what?
I need my physical. Yeah,
you need a what? Oh, we don't. I don't know how to do that.
Let me refer you to a legitimate doctor. That's not what I do over here. Yeah.
But it was just amazing to me. I just couldn't believe that this doctor was willing to throw his whole livelihood away.
Yeah.
Just because he refused to turn over medical records.
Yeah.
I told the attorney, I said, is he really that hard-headed? Or is he just that stupid?
Yeah.
The attorney said, nah, he's just that stupid.
Yeah, I believe it. I believe it, man.
Yeah.
This guy's a moron.
Oh, yeah, there's no question. He's one of the biggest. I mean, Vinnie, I just kept telling the attorney, I just said, he's going to turn over the medical records. He's not going to lose his medical license over this guy's medical records.
Right.
He's just not going to do it. He's not going to do it.
Yeah.
Because our client kept saying, he never prescribed me any pain pills. He never prescribed me any pain pills.
Yeah.
So I kept saying, he's not going to lose his medical license over this case. He's not going to do it. It's not worth his medical license. But he did. He lost them.
Yeah.
you know.
So this guy, the guy that got hurt, went to see this doctor. So we had to wait in that waiting room, get in that parking lot, wait in that waiting room to see this other. So he did treat regular people too, I guess.
I guess so.
Can you imagine jonesing for your OxyContin or whatever you're waiting for your you're sitting in that waiting room and you're I just want to get in there and get my prescription. But no, this guy with an injury goes in first. Well, he's been in there a half hour. They're supposed to be coming
out. What's this a-ho doing?
Just my luck. I get behind the guy who has a real problem.
Yeah, I actually think that our client was seeing him before his pill mill really took off.
Yeah. But you know what? Those pill mills, they'll take off fast, man, because drug communities, like, hey, man, where'd you get those? Oh, dude, there's this doctor over on 6th Street.
Yeah.
And then that guy tells another, blah, 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 and pretty soon yeah. Yep.
And this pill mill was in kind of the poor part of town, and it was just kind of in a part of town where that you would expect a pill mill to take off really quick.
Well, yeah, well, sure. Once again, with the low profile, like as you and I have discussed, or as you informed me, the response time is poor for the police in a poorer neighborhood because they don't what was it? They don't pay their bills or something like that, or they know it's. I forgot. It was a very recent episode where you explained that whole thing to me.
Yeah, I'm not sure, Vinny. I can't remember.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't expect the police to be in this part of town, because this was just right outside of Decatur. I wouldn't expect the police to be on that slow of a response time.
Right.
I would have expected the police to be more. I would have expected them to drive by and to be more suspicious of what was going on.
Yeah.
I would have expected them to say, "Man, what's going on there? Why is that?"
Yeah.
I would have expected curiosity to get the better of them and to investigate.
Yeah. Yep. So it was either they're just too lazy, like, come on, it's lunch hour, let's go get a donut, or like you said earlier, they were getting paid off.
There was a reason that they didn't take the time to somebody didn't look into it. Something. I'm sure that their neighbors in that shopping center complained on them more than once. I'm sure that they got complaints. I'm sure, because when I ask questions, they made comments about shutting them down, and they wanted them out of there. They were making. I had 2 or 3 of the neighbors said, "I'm not renewing my lease. As soon as my lease is up, I'm moving. We're out of here. We can't do business here because our clients can't get in here."
Yeah.
So
yeah, you would think that they would have complained to the police. Hey, something's going on here, or to the traffic department, or whoever's department that is. I'm curious about these numbers, bro. Okay, let's say they're open 10 hours a day. Okay, and let's say that they're going in like you said every 5 minutes. So an hour, that's 12 an hour, right? Right?
Yep.
So 12 times 10 equals 120 times 80. That's almost $7,000. That's almost $10,000 a day.
Yep.
10,000. That's $9,600 a day. Cash.
Yep.
Right? Cash. Yeah.
Yep. Cash money.
And if you're a junkie jonesing for pills, it's worth it. It's worth the $80.
Oh yeah.
Because getting them on the street isn't as easy, I imagine.
How much would a pain pill cost you on the street?
I have no idea. See,
I
pills. I've never pills.
I couldn't tell you.
9,000. So let's see. Hold a second. 9,000. Oh, come on. Let's say he's open. That's $48,000 a week.
That's some
That's
good money, Vinnie.
$2,496 a year.
Yep, cash.
Yeah. Well, I hope he did it for a couple of years and stashed away some money.
Yeah, and it was a pain.
He lost his license. He's gonna,
Yep, and it was a pain management clinic.
Yeah, and once it's like being disbarred as a lawyer. Once you lose your license to practice medicine, that's it. You got to go.
Yeah.
You got to go.
Well, once you lose
pizzas or something, that's.
Yeah, well, your DEA license to write prescriptions, that's federal. You can't go to a different state and get another license.
Right.
That's federal.
Yeah. He's done.
Yep.
So that'll be a lesson to you, ladies and gentlemen. Turn over the records. You got nothing to lose. Just turn over the records.
Yep.
Yeah. He asked you one time, turn over the records. And he did nothing illegal with this person. No reason not to.
Yep. Never prescribed him one pain pill. Not our client. He didn't prescribe our client one pain pill.
Yeah.
Yep. Didn't get him hooked on pain pills or anything. That's a good cash business. But how do you justify this to your accountant?
Well, he probably it's cash. If it's all cash,
I wouldn't take a check from any of them, Vinnie.
Yeah, I wouldn't
drug addicts.
Yeah, I wouldn't take a check from him. Also, you don't want credit card receipts. That's a trail of paper. This guy, it had to be an all cash business.
Well, I would have taken credit card receipts from them because it was a legitimate pain management business. I mean,
okay. So he probably just cooked the books a little bit, little fancy bookwork and all, and most of the cash he didn't claim.
Yeah.
Oh well.
He had to claim some of it.
Yeah.
I mean, he had to pay the bills.
Yeah.
And he had a staff. He had to pay the staff, and he had to pay the rent, and I mean, he had to pay, but he was making good money.
And he had to pay them good because so they wouldn't, wouldn't talk. So he had to pay them good. So that secretary in there, or the secretaries or whatever, the staff in there was making good bucks.
Or just keep their habit fed.
There you go. Hire a junkie in that instance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just keep their habit.
I'll give you minimum wage and free prescriptions.
Yep. How many pills you take a day? That'll be how many a month? Okay. Keep your mouth shut.
Yep. Keep your mouth shut.
Yep.
And here's your minimum wage check for the week.
Yep. Oh, and by the way, we're going to pay you in cash.
Yeah. And by the way, I got to get paid in cash. Yeah. Oh, and do us a favor. Can you park like 2 blocks over?
Because we need the parking lot.
You need the parking space. Yeah.
And see, that was one of the things that just that I couldn't figure out why the police never said anything, is because it impeded the flow of traffic.
Yeah.
Because people trying to get in there, I mean, it really impeded the flow of traffic.
Yeah.
And it would cause, I mean, I don't see how it didn't just cause accidents.
Yeah. Well, I think you're right about them. A few of those cops in that area being paid off.
Yeah. The police that worked at area all the time, they were paid not to say anything, paid to keep it quiet.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. But it was an amazing case to work. It took a twist that nobody's seen.
What an idiot, man.
He was an idiot. Probably blames everybody but himself.
For sure. I guarantee it.
Yeah.
Boy, I would love to see where this guy is now.
Yeah, and this was right before they made all the new laws on the pain pills. Before they could prescribe so many, all this was like a couple of years right before that. All those new laws took effect.
Yeah.
They passed all those laws about they can only prescribe so many pain pills, and they have to bring you in and count how many pain pills you took. And all that was right before those laws took effect.
Yeah. So this guy, yeah. Right.
So he was living high on the hog, but he was having a lot of fun with it.
Yeah.
Until we got involved.
Yeah.
Dumb. But I mean, you have to expect it, Vinny. I mean, if you're going to live dangerously, you have to. What is it they say? If you're going to, what is it about the bull? If you're going to play with the bull, you're going to get the horn.
If you're going to play with the bull, you're going to get the horn. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So he got the horns.
Man, that's crazy. That was a fun one, Lynn. That was this guy cracks me up. Hey, if you guys like stand-up comedy, you want to laugh a little more, if you like goofy videos, goofy funny videos, check me out online. My website is vinnie.com, VINNIE.com. All the links to all my social media is there. If you're looking for someone, if you need to surveil someone, if you need to serve someone some papers, Lynn Lambdin is the best, ladies and gentlemen. Tell them your website.
That's LWIAS.com. LWIAS.com.
Yes. And thank you so much, Thank you so much, Simple Funding and the accident attorneys of Monge and Associates for sponsoring this episode. We do so appreciate it. If you need legal funding, you have any legal funding needs, or you were in an accident due to someone's negligence, call Simple Funding, call accident attorneys, and tell them that you heard about them on the podcast. Thanks so much for being here. We do so appreciate it. We will see you next week.